The Illinois Supreme Court overturned Jussie Smollett's conviction on 5 counts of disorderly conduct today. Now, it effectively ends the case against Jussie Smollett, but it does not mean Jussie Smollett is innocent, because we all know that he is not. He is guilty. He did this. 2019, Jussie said that he was walking down the streets of Chicago and he was attacked, and that they were hurling racial slurs at him, throwing a noose around his neck, screaming about MAGA. Never happened. Jussie made it all up. Okay, why would he do that? I don't know. Maybe he needed to boost his fame for his contract negotiations, or maybe he wanted to throw some shade on the MAGA movement. I don't know. But what I do know is that he was charged with 9 counts of disorderly conduct, and the state came in and said, hey, we will drop these charges if you forfeit your $10,000 bond and do some community service. He accepted that agreement. Well, the public started screaming about that. They did not like this deal for Jussie Smollett. They thought he was getting a sweetheart deal, so they started raising hell. And then the attorney general, the state prosecutor for that state, came in and said, well, we'll pick this up. We're not having that. They backed out of that deal. And then they tried him on these disorderly conduct charges, all 9 of them. They got 5 convictions. Jussie was sentenced to 150 days in jail. He did 6 of those before they let him out pending his appeal. So today is the result of that appeal. And what the Supreme Court said is, you made a deal here, and he relied upon that deal. And the reliance is key. He relied upon that deal. He forfeited his bond, and he was ready to go and do the community service when you ripped that out from under him and said, no, not so fast. We're changing our mind here, and we're going to prosecute you. So the Supreme Court has said, if you rely on that plea offer, it is a binding offer. Jussie took that offer, relied upon it, and then they yanked it from him. So the Supreme Court says you can't do that. And now the convictions for the 5 counts of disorderly conduct are thrown out, and Jussie's back to the no conviction, $10,000 bond forfeit, and maybe some community service, because that's the deal that was on the table. That's the deal that he relied upon. That's the deal that he gets. Either way, it's not a conviction, because they said they would drop the charges. And there you have it. Now, do prosecutors do this? Every now and then they'll yank a deal off the table. And if it's before your client has heard it, there's no reliance there. 9 times out of 10, your client has heard the offer and said, yes, I will take the offer, and they yank it away from him. That's a reliance, and you can't do that. It's a binding contract almost. So they got caught in this case. Now, the prosecutors come on and said, I didn't do anything wrong. Do not look at me. I didn't do anything wrong. You did do something wrong. It's kind of shitty to put an offer out there and then yank it back. Now, if the defendant doesn't want it, that's fine. But if they do want it, you can't take it back. And that's what they did. And now Jussie Smollett's going to be a clean record. He's going to have a clean record, lose $10,000 and all that money he spent on an appeal for 5 counts of disorderly conduct.